Hi, I'm Ruth, and this is my YouTube channel, Ruth, and it's all about aging with a sense of power and a sense of humor intact. So if you like what you see here and you like what you hear here, please subscribe. So my garb today is in honor of the fact that this is Woodstock's anniversary. I'm not sure how many, I think 50 or something. I don't know. I know that I was 19 at the time, and it was a very big deal. My husband and I, we were married young, and then so that wasn't so red hot, but we were upset we couldn't go, but we lived out in Southern California. So we tootled around. He had a little ancient Porsche, and we had flowers in our hair and our joints clutched in our grimy fingers, and we honored Woodstock. And I'm thinking about memories this week because I've had quite a week of memories. And I went down to Louisville, Kentucky. One of my first cousins died suddenly. Both of my parents were raised in Louisville, Kentucky, and I have 37 first cousins there. And most of them are still there. They really didn't scatter. They tended to stay in Louisville. In fact, every summer when we were growing up, my parents would bring us back, almost every summer, and all of us cousins would be thrown together in a pile, you know, like puppies, and the adults would sit around and talk, and it was fun. I liked it. So we went back for this funeral. That in itself was sad, of course, but it was surprising to me how nobody looked that different to me. I mean, everyone was older, obviously. We are now 60, 70, 50. We are definitely older, but everyone kind of looked the same, certainly sounded the same. And there was a photograph taken at one point of my younger brother, myself, and the cousin who was closest to me in age, and we're all intently listening to someone talking to us with this bemused kind of smile on each of our faces. And I realized it was her 43-year-old minister daughter who was telling us something. And you can see it like it's spelled out in big letters above us. We are suddenly realizing we are the older generation. Then I go right away to Chicago, where I meet up with a friend of mine that we met when I was 30, and we instantly bonded. Our children were little. We became soulmates for the amount of time we lived in Baltimore together. And we've kept in touch and seen each other very sporadically, but this weekend we took 3 days, or this week, and met up in Chicago, where we had a wonderful time. It was like nothing had changed. We argued, we laughed, we were very comfortable with each other. And she looks exactly the same to me. She has a killer body, though. Oh my God, she's a marathon runner, so. But, and I've been thinking about memories as a result. When my mother died, the grief counselor said to us, don't forget about your memories. Allow your memories, because the memories of that person will always remind you and nurture you that this person did actually live. They did have a life, because they'll fade, the memories. I know that for myself, I'm very much into having the plan. What am I going to do next? It's not like I've always got my foot in the future, but because I believe in smelling the roses. I was that good hippie person, remember? Oh, well, I wasn't a hippie, but you know, I took what I liked of it. But I like feeling at this age of a feeling of forward motion. I don't want to wallow in my memories. I mean, I write about my memories. I'm a memoirist, among other things, but that's a whole different thing than just sitting there thinking them. Or like this weekend when I saw my cousins that I haven't seen in so long, or then I spent time with this good friend of mine that we haven't spent time. It doesn't seem like time had passed, but it has. And so to not forget those memories, to give them to myself in a nurturing kind of way. And I think that's a good thing for me to remember. I think my thing this week is for me to my message to myself. Hey girl, pay attention to your memories. Give them credence. Enjoy them. And not write about them at the time, because that's a whole different story. Just think about them. So I'm thinking about my cousins. I'm thinking about my friend who, you know, looks fabulous. And it's Woodstock weekend. Like my thing, my beads. Life is grand. Life is grand. And I don't think it ever stops being grand. Have a good weekend.